Hi, sixth graders. Miss Williams here. Just going to go over some simplifying fractions with you. We're going to be starting fractions here this week, and we want to remind you on how to simplify fractions. So we've got the fraction 18/30ths, 18 being the numerator and 30 being the denominator. So to simplify fractions, we need to divide both the numerator and the denominator by the same number. So looking at 18 and 30, what's a number that can go into both of them, or a factor of both 18 and 30? 6 is the greatest common factor between 18 and 30. So if we divide both numbers by 6, we get 18 divided by 6, which gives us 3, and 30 divided by 6, which gives us 5. So 3/5 would be the simplest form of the fraction 18/30ths. A reminder that the trick to knowing what to divide by, you need to find a number that goes into both the numerator and denominator. Knowing your fact tables helps, and also knowing how to find the factors of a number helps. Sometimes we take a fraction like 8/24, and kids know that 8 and 24 are both easily divided by 2, so they divide 8 by 2 and get 4, and 24 by 2 and get 12. They notice that though they're still both even, which means they can be divided by 2 again. 4 divided by 2 is 2, and 12 divided by 2 is 6. We notice that both 2 and 6 are still even and can be divided by 2. So 2 divided by 2 is 1, and 6 divided by 2 is 3. So in this method, which works, they've just divided by 2 because the numbers were both always even. Here we have the fraction 24/40ths, and we show that you can divide by 2 because they're both even and get 12/20ths, which is still not completely simplified. They're both even. You could continue to divide by 2 again. Or some of you might say, well, I know that 4 is a factor of both 24 and 40, and you might divide by 4. 24 divided by 4 is 6. 40 divided by 4 is 10. So 6/10 is simplified of 24/40ths, but again, not completely simplified. They're still both even. You could divide those both by 2. Or some of you might say, well, I know that 8 is a factor of both 24 and 40. So you divide 24 by 8 and get 3, and 40 by 8 and you get 5. And 3/5 is the simplest form for 24/40ths. So we can also use greatest common factor to help us simplify fractions. We did greatest common factor a couple of weeks ago. So if we start with the fraction 8/12 and we list the factors of 8, and remember, factors are two numbers multiplied together that give you another number. So in this case, 1 and 8 go together, multiplied together give you 8. And 2 and 4 also multiplied together give you 8. So the factors of 8 are 1, 2, 4, and 8. And then finding the factors for 12, 1 and 12, 2 and 6, 3 and 4. So the factors of 12 are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 12. So looking at the factors for both numbers, we notice that common factors for these are 1, 2, and 4, with our greatest common factor being 4. So if we divide both of these by 4, we get the simplest form of 8/12, which is 2/3. So a reminder on how to simplify fractions. We will be dealing with fractions for quite a few weeks, and we always have to